Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Washington Council for High School College Relations Virtual College Planning Day. We are powered by StriveScan, and my name is Sibel Rasim. I will be your facilitator for today's session. Welcome and thank you for being here. This is just an appetizer for some of these institutions. Obviously, you'll have to do a deeper dive after this, but we're super excited to have these three institutions here to tell you a little bit about themselves. Now, with that said, before we get started, just a couple housekeeping items to keep in mind. First and foremost, we absolutely encourage questions, but you'll be asking those questions by using that Q&A button in your Zoom toolbar. So by pressing that Q&A button, you can type in your questions to the presenters at any time. I stress at any time, please do not wait until the very last minute. It is only about a 35-minute session, so we just want to make sure that we get to all of your questions. So once again, do not wait until the end. We do not have a live Q&A happening at the end. Also, if you could please do us a favor and put the institution's name within the question so we all know who the question goes to, that would be super helpful as well. Also, your camera and microphone are turned off. The panelists cannot see or hear you. So once again, it's super important that you interact with us by asking those questions in the Q&A. But also, fun fact, our presenters and panelists could be putting some information like links or contact info they want you to check out within the chat. So if you do see notifications, go ahead and check out the chat. Also, disregard the signing up for more sessions. We do not have any more sessions offered for today. So today, or this one, is our last one. But if you'd like to relive the fun with us, or maybe a family member or part of your support system has missed out on today and wants to check it out too, well, you all can absolutely relive the fun by checking out the recording. It'll be available within the next few business days, and all of the sessions are being recorded. They'll be available at strivescan.com/WASH Council. I will also remind you of this link at the very, very end, so no worries there. But I'd love to get started at this point in time with our first institution, Gonzaga University.
Hey friends, my name is Nate Manader. I'm an Associate Director of Admission at Gonzaga. Super happy to have you here. Let me share my screen and we'll talk a little bit about Gonzaga. It's just me in here, so as you ask the Q&A at the end of my presentation, I will answer them for you. All right, so let's share here. Actually, I need to stop the share, so sorry. All right, now I'm going to nope, I think I'm sharing the incorrect thing again. Let me try one more time. Okay. All right, I think we're looking at the correct thing here. But my name is, again, Nate Manader, and I'm at Gonzaga. Gonzaga is a Jesuit Catholic university located over in Spokane, Washington. A lot of times when we say that we're a Jesuit Catholic university, students ask, I'm not Catholic, can I still go there? Of course. In fact, most of our students don't come from the Catholic faith tradition, but come from all different, we have 24 different faiths represented on campus. We are a medium-sized university, about 5,500 undergraduate students, and we are focused. We've got 75 different programs of study, so we don't have like a specific focus. We're more a liberal arts university. Let's jump into who we are and what makes us distinct. First and foremost, we have to get you the best academic training that we possibly can. We have this focus on academic excellence. We want you to be the best doctor, best engineer, best teacher, best accountant, best broadcaster that you can possibly be, and we will support you and provide that academic excellence on campus. The way we do education is a little bit different. It's not just listen to some old guy tell you what to think about something, right? It's learning by doing. It's applying that knowledge. That comes from this philosophy of contemplatives in action. We're called to be in constant reflection on the world around us while also in constant action on what we learn from that reflection. And so you're going to do research, you're going to do internships, you're going to do project-based learning. But that's not enough. If all you do is leave here impeccably trained academically, we failed you. We need you to be a great leader. This idea of leadership is really, really important. I think that this world more today than ever needs great leadership. And to learn how to be a leader, you have to do leadership. And so we call our campus the Leadership Lab, where our students get involved on campus. Over 140 clubs and organizations. We're top 10% or top 10 in the country for highest percentage of students who participate in intramurals. Our students are we have over 1,200 designated student leaders on campus. Gonzaga is a place to be active in the community. But again, if this is all we do, we failed you. We need you to be a people for, a person for and with others. And what that means is everything we do on campus is focused on how do we help those that are marginalized by society? How do we make great positive social change in this world? Whatever it is you're studying, at Gonzaga, you're an engineer so you can make positive social change. You're an accountant so you can make positive social change. All of this is focused on making the world a better place. We're located in Spokane, Washington. This is our campus down here. Downtown Spokane is just a 15, 20-minute walk away. Spokane is the second largest city in the state of Washington. We've got over 800,000 people in the metro area. We have a fantastic downtown with great shopping, dining. Our students love to interact with that. But we also have our own campus. You're not crossing like city streets or anything like that. Spokane, it's 4 seasons. There's a lot more weather, or the weather is a lot different on the east side of the state than it is on the west side. We've got 5 ski resorts within an hour-and-a-half drive, awesome mountain biking, rock climbing, all of that stuff. So Spokane, it does a great job of combining the outdoors with a great urban center. Who are Zags? All are welcome on campus. Whatever your race, your religion, your ethnicity, your sexual orientation, your gender identity, we want you to be supported on campus. We want you to feel safe on campus, and we need you on this campus to help us become the best us we can be, the best Gonzaga we can be. We have over 5,000 undergraduate students, so a nice medium size, big enough to offer some of those great opportunities that big schools offer, while also offering nice small class sizes. Over 80% of our students come from over 200 miles away, so most of our students, they come from someplace else. They don't go home on the weekends. They don't commute to campus. It's a really traditional 4-year college experience that creates an amazing community. And just know 99% of our students receive some sort of scholarship or financial aid. We talked about our average class size, nice and small. Our professors are nationally recognized as some of the best teachers in the entire country. We're really proud of our outcomes. Our students graduate within 4 years. They find a job after they graduate. They retain. They find a home on campus. Our students are really, really well supported. From an admission perspective, we try and make this as easy as we can. We have one application deadline. It's December 1st, so we don't do early action, early decision, any of that stuff. Just apply by December 1st of your senior year. We only have one application. It's through the Common App. Go to gonzaga.edu/apply for some more information. We have direct admission, so into nursing and engineering, which means that if you want to be a nurse on campus or an engineer, you have to apply directly to it. Otherwise, you apply to Gonzaga and just choose your major. Here are some of our averages. Keep in mind, we are test optional. You do not have to submit an SAT or an ACT as you're applying to Gonzaga. You're going to have the same academic opportunities. You're going to have the same financial aid opportunities, whether you apply with a test or without one. And we want you to interact. There's so many great virtual opportunities. Go to gonzaga.edu/virtualgonzaga. We have a really great one coming up on Saturday where we have a preview day coming up, and that's an opportunity to meet current students, faculty, and really get to know Gonzaga well. So again, that's this Saturday. If you go to gonzaga.edu/preview day, you'll be able to sign up there. Financial aid, over 99% of our students receive some sort of scholarship or financial aid. The average financial aid package is around $34,000. We use the FAFSA. For those of y'all who might not be able to submit the FAFSA, we also accept the WASFA as well as a needs analysis form. There are some scholarships you can apply to by January 1st, but just know if you are a low-income student here in the state of Washington, if you're college-bound, if you're Pell eligible for the Pell Grant, you will receive a full tuition scholarship here at Gonzaga. And so we want to make this place affordable and accessible for all students. We have programs, again, 75 different academic programs. In the College of Arts and Sciences, popular programs here include our social sciences like psychology, criminology, political science, really great research opportunities. We also over here, popular programs include our pre-health sciences like pre-med, pre-dent. We have our own health, we have our own medical school on campus in partnership with the University of Washington. And so really, really great opportunities around the health sciences. We also have a really strong business school. You major in either business or accounting. Consistently ranked in the top 10% of all business schools in the entire country. If you're interested in going into the education field, you have that opportunity at Gonzaga, be it teacher certification. We have majors in community, culture, and language, kinesiology, special education, sports management, and then, as I said, those elementary and secondary teacher certifications. School of Engineering and Applied Sciences, this is home to our computer science program, great internship and research opportunities. It's also home to our engineering program, computer, mechanical, civil, electrical engineering, as well as engineering management, consistently ranked a top 25 undergraduate engineering program in the country. We're in the midst of building a brand new integrated science and engineering facility, so new lab spaces. This opens this October, so just in 5 months. We also have a really, really strong School of Nursing and Human Physiology. So for those of y'all who want to go into the health sciences, human physiology is a great major, and then nursing, really, really strong program here at Gonzaga. Yeah, so that is what I have here. I'll jump in and answer some of those questions now, but I will hand it off to our next presenter.
Awesome, thank you so much. If you have any questions for Gonzaga University, please put it in that Q&A. Next up, we have the Evergreen State College.
Hello, everybody. My name is Carl Forbes. I'm the Associate Director of Admission at the Evergreen State College in your state capital, Olympia, Washington. Evergreen was founded in 1967, even though we didn't start operations until 1971. And for those of you who are listening to 71, you think, hey, this is 2021, 50 years. So really exciting time to be on campus right now. The fall, our start date was actually in October, so we're gonna have a big celebration coming up in the fall. Hopefully we'll be live and in person again, where we can really enjoy that time together as opposed to virtually. So we're all looking forward to that and hoping that you guys can come along for the ride. We're one of 6 public institutions in the state of Washington and 29 public liberal arts colleges in the country. So we're a really unique niche. We're part of the colleges that change lives. If you take a look at the picture, you're going to see woods as far as the eyes can see. We have 1,000 acres of woodland. Only about 250 acres of our campus is developed for our residence halls and for our academic buildings, and the rest is unspoiled wilderness. So if you're an environmental studies student and you're looking for a lab environment or classroom environment that feels really natural, you can get it at Evergreen, where your classroom is right outside. I did not attend Evergreen. I joined Evergreen in 2018. So I've only been at Evergreen for about 1.5 years. So as I've experienced Evergreen, Evergreen is one of the most unique places that I've ever seen. And so I like to describe to people how Evergreen is the differentest place out there. So my presentation is called What Makes Evergreen Unique? And I'm just going to pick out a few things that make Evergreen different in terms of the educational experience. Number one, at Evergreen, you do not choose a major, ever. So because you don't choose a major, there's no list of courses that you have to take in order to graduate from Evergreen. There are some things that you have to do. So for example, you have to decide whether you want to earn a Bachelor of Arts degree or a Bachelor of Science degree. And if you go for the Bachelor of Science degree, you have to get your credits in math, science, or even computer science. And every student completes an academic statement where you actually kind of put a cover letter on your transcript that talks about why you've taken the courses that you've taken, what you hope to accomplish, and where where you're going from there. The next thing that's really unique about Evergreen is the fact that you have a simple schedule. That simple schedule, if you think about the traditional conventional colleges, you take a number of courses and you're wondering, you're forced to wonder how these courses fit together. At Evergreen, all the subjects that you're taking are merged together into one course, which means one set of tests, one set of papers, and things like that. So you're not juggling multiple schedules. But you have a multifaceted, interdisciplinary, multi-subject, and most of the time team-taught educational experience. But because you're in this one class for 10 weeks at a time, the activities that are in the class and the mode of delivery is broken up, and it's different because there are different types of learners in the world. So for me, I'm an auditory learner. And as an auditory learner, I do really well with lecture, but not everybody's like that. Some people learn better doing hands-on activities. And for those students, there's workshops that are going to be in the class. So some days are going to be lecture days, some days are going to be workshop days. Some days are going to be seminar days, and seminars for those students who really learn best reading the material themselves and then coming back and having discussions about the material that they read. There are some students that do much better in the field, and so the field trips work best for them, and lots of our faculty like to incorporate field trips into the coursework. There's some students that learn best individually in a lab type setting if they're a science student, or in a studio type student if they're an art student. So we have that set up, and there are those students that learn best cooperatively in groups, and so for that we have group-based learning too. So there's all those different modalities that are happening in this one class that you're taking, just broken up on different days. A quick vocabulary lesson for you. At Evergreen, those multi-subject interdisciplinary courses that you're going to experience, we call those programs on our campus. So if you were to walk on our campus and say, hey, what program are you in, and ask a student, the student is not going to tell you about their overarching connected theme of coursework that they've taken over their entire experience. They're going to talk about what they're doing right now. So they have a good sense of the now and what's going on now. But if you were to say, hey, what are you studying here at Evergreen? They're going to tell you the courses that they've taken and how they group their coursework together. But it's important to know that we do have individual courses for students who need them. So for example, a student who's going to med schools are very prescriptive about what they want students to take. And so we have the individual courses that students need in order to qualify for med school and other professional things like that. We also have individual learning contracts that we're going to talk about next. And we have internships with it, which is your opportunity to apply what you've learned, show what you know, and what you're able to do. And a lot of those internships turn into full-time positions after graduation. But individual learning contracts are pretty unique. So I wanted to quickly touch base and talk about those. Individual learning contracts are an opportunity where you get to go through and be really specific about what it is that you want to learn. And sometimes what it is that you want to learn is not offered at Evergreen. And so you have the opportunity to work with a faculty member who's going to sponsor your research. You are going to come up with your faculty member. You guys are going to come up with learning objectives in your course, and then you'll have the opportunity to go ahead and do that research, do that study, even if it means adding a study abroad to this particular experience. The next thing that's really unique about Evergreen is the fact that we don't do letter grades at Evergreen. Because what does that letter grade actually tell you that you know and you're able to do? If you get an A, sure, you ace the course, but if you get a B or a C, what's the constructive criticism for how you can do better the next time? So what we do at Evergreen is we have faculty evaluations that will go through, and they'll sit down and talk to you and compare how you did with the learning objectives in the course. But then you also get the opportunity to evaluate yourself, and you'll submit a written evaluation of the work that you've done. And you also evaluate your faculty members. How did they teach the learning objectives that you all had? What were you expecting, and did that meet your expectations? So you get an opportunity to give your faculty feedback as well. So there's a constant loop of communication. And you're also in that one class with your faculty for 10 weeks. So you get to know your faculty and your classmates really well. So you're really building those professional as well as friend relationships in class as well as outside. I want to talk quickly about your application at Evergreen. At Evergreen, we have an online application, and we also work with the Common App. So if, either way, you're able to go through, complete your application. We do have a traditional application and a test optional application. So you do have the opportunity to apply test optional. If you apply test optional, your personal statement or your essay is required, as well as your official transcripts from each of your institutions. Even if you do Running Start, we need your transcript from the college where you did Running Start. All right, I will leave you here. I want to quickly just mention our tuition is, with books and fees and everything else, is just under $10,000. Very affordable. We use the free application for federal student aid, FAFSA or the WAFSA, to do financial aid. We also have a very rigorous scholarship program that opens up in November and closes in March. So thank you all very much for attending. I'm going to sign off here and turn it over to the next person.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for the Evergreen State College, go ahead and please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have Cascadia College.
Hello, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Let's see if I can get this. Okay, perfect. So, hello everyone. I'm excited to connect with you all today, give you a little bit of information about Cascadia College. So my name is Nina, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm a program coordinator in outreach. I was also a student at Cascadia. I got my associate's degree and then transferred over to UW-Bothell, where I'm finishing up my bachelor's. So also joining us today is my colleague Mima, who is also a program coordinator in outreach, and she is supporting, monitoring the Q&A, so feel free to ask any questions there. And so just to give you a quick overview, Cascadia College is part of the Washington Community and Technical College System. We're located in Bothell, and our campus is actually co-located with the University of Washington Bothell. We are in separate buildings and we are separate institutions. However, the great thing about this is that we get to share a lot of resources with them. So I will talk about that a little bit later on, but also our class size average is 24 students per class. So that just gives you a closer opportunity to connect with your professors and your fellow classmates. We are also a transfer specialist, meaning that we are mainly focused on getting you transferred to a four-year university after completing your associate's degree. So I'll go over these things a little bit later on in the presentation. So even though most of our resources are currently online, we really want to emphasize that we're still here, but just in an online environment, but we still really want to help you stay focused on your educational goals. So basically, to get started, you would first want to apply for admissions, which is free, and there are no GPA or test score requirements. So no need to share your SAT or ACT or GPA, any of that. You can apply at any time throughout the year. So as soon as today, if you wanted to. After you apply for admissions, we would look at your transcripts, or you could take the active placer test, and this will determine your placement in English and math. Next, we highly encourage everyone to apply for financial aid, so the FAFSA or the WASFA, as well as the AROHA Emergency Grant Fund, which we have, which can help with up to $500 of support per quarter for educational needs. And lastly, you'll sign up for an orientation and registration session called CORE, where staff will help you get ready and register for all your classes. And so then after you're registered, you'll want to pay tuition before the tuition deadline. As for cost, Cascadia's tuition and fees for Washington residents are about $4,452 per quarter if you are a full-time student. And this adds up to being just under $1,500 per quarter. So it's pretty affordable compared to other colleges. We also have virtual services, which is through Zoom and email, which are listed on our website at cascadia.edu/virtual. You can connect with us, the outreach team, or enrollment services, or admissions, or advising, We also have disability support services available for any students who need accommodations. So we want to encourage every Cascadia student to apply for the Cascadia Foundation Scholarship. Typically 1 in 3 applicants are awarded, so your chances are really high of getting some money for college. And the deadline to apply for this year unfortunately already passed, but please keep a lookout for next year and the years to come. The deadline is usually set in March. And you can check out our website right here for more information. So this is a list of the programs and areas of interest that we have. And as I mentioned, we are a transfer specialist. So we do focus on transfer degrees to get you, transferred on to a university when you're done at Cascadia. This is what I ended up doing, and it worked out really well for me. We also have some professional and technical degrees that you can see here that typically go right into the workforce after you get your degree. And we do offer a couple of Bachelors of Applied Science 4-year degrees as well. So there's those options too. And you can always check out our website, or you can email us for more information or with any questions to find out more about our degrees. So a little bit about Running Start. We do offer Running Start where you can earn college credit as a high school student. It is tuition free, which is awesome. There are a few fees that you would be responsible for. You must be a high school junior or senior to be in Running Start. And you can find out more information. You can email runningstart@cascadia.edu for more information. So a little bit about student life and resources. There are many ways to get involved as a Cascadia student. We have all sorts of clubs available for students to join, or you can even start your own new club, which is a great way to stay connected and make friends with other students. We also are currently still hosting fun events online where you can meet people and sometimes get a chance to win prizes. There is the opportunity to work in our student government if you're looking for a paid leadership role. That's something to consider. And as mentioned, we share quite a few resources with UW-Bothell since we're co-located with them. So as a Cascadia student, you will have access to the entire University of Washington library system, including the UW-Bothell library, which is right on campus. We also share the Activities and Recreation Center, or the ARC, which we call it. And basically the top floor is an open space for students to study. We also have the Health and Wellness Resource Center in that building, which is a one-stop hub that connects students with on-campus as well as community resources. We also have a fitness center, which is free for students to use. And we also have intramural sports, which are held in our sports complex. Another thing we have is called the Kodiak Cave Food Resource Center, which is where students can get free groceries each week if needed. I should also mention that the Kodiak is our mascot. So yeah, and then the Center for Culture, Inclusion, and Community is an inclusive space for students, especially marginalized students, to reach out to. And really quick here, Collegecool Cascadia is an admission support program that we host every year. We are planning on doing a one-stop event in May, so you can keep a lookout for that. We don't have a date set quite yet, but we are working on it. And you can check out information on that if you're interested at cascadia.edu/collegecool. And CTC Link is a fairly new student service portal that we have. And this just gives you more of a connected access to everything you need. So registration for classes, scheduling appointments with an advisor, paying tuition, and checking on your grades will all be held on CTC Link. And most classes are currently online due to COVID at the moment, but we do offer a few in-person classes for certain labs. We've been working really hard to make sure that we are leading with safety as our forefront. And we've been working on a re-entry plan for when we get back to campus. And we do plan on having a lot more in-person class options for fall of 2021. And if you wanted to follow more information about that, you can go to cascadia.edu/coronavirus. So please visit with Outreach Online. We don't have in-person tours at the moment, but we do have a tour video that we filmed back in March of last year. So you can check that out and find also our Zoom office hours at cascadia.edu/visit Cascadia. You can see our campus. And you can also email us if you have any questions at outreach@cascadia.edu. And this is our team here. Please feel free to reach out with any questions. Again, our email is outreach@cascadia.edu. We would be happy to help you on your journey. And yeah, please reach out. Thank you so much. And I will stop sharing.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Cascadia College, this is the time to put it in the Q&A. But also, we are at the end of our session. So I ask my panelists and presenters to go ahead and turn their videos on at this point. And since we are kind of at the end of our session, my attendees, I really do suggest that you go ahead and, share the wrong screen there, my bad. Lots of tabs open here. I have a few more minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and end the session here. I do recommend that since we are at the end of the session that you go ahead and take it down, their contact information, because remember, we did say this was just an appetizer. So I think it's really important for you to be able to get that great information, but you're not going to be able to get it within the 35-minute session, right? It's going to be super, super important that you go ahead and check out their contact info or any other links that they may have given you in that chat. My share screen function is going insane a little bit. Give me 1 second. I'm going to redo this. Let's see if we can do this now. Cool. We should be seeing a purple screen now. Awesome. All right, y'all. Well, once again, my panelists and presenters, thank you all so much for being here. Really appreciate you taking the time to tell us a little bit about yourself. Also, my attendees, thank you for being here. Really appreciate you being here and just listening in on these institutions and learning more about them. Before I let you go, after you close this window, a very quick 4-question survey will appear. So please make sure that you are giving us some feedback. We really do appreciate it. Also, disregard the signing up for more sessions. This is the last session for today's virtual fair, in particular to this one. And then also, if you'd like to relive the fun with us, you could check out that recording. It will be available at that link down on your screen right there. So please make sure you have that down. It's also the same website that you use to actually sign up for this one. So go ahead and check those out within the next few business days. Now, with that said, I'd like to wish you all a great day and thank you again once more for attending. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. See you all later.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, thank you.